big UFC news that happened this week, you know?
Nothing.
Roadhouse is in cinemas.
Roadhouse is
today.
in cinemas.
Today. Because this is released on the same day as Roadhouse. You see?
Tomorrow.
Yep. That's exciting. I saw a little
is.
clip of Dylan Danis at the premiere.
With his mum.
Was it his mum?
That's his mum.
With all the work done?
That's his mum, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I think she's like a porn star or something.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
I'm 100% serious.
Is Dylan Danis' mum a porn star?
I don't know whether maybe she's not a porn star or like a stripper or something.
Dylan Danis' mum, occupation, and where to find her. That's what you should Google. What the fuck?
Let's have a look. Revealing the mystery.
Who are Dylan Danis' parents?
The search for a missing father. I think his family died, unfortunately. His father died.
Okay, why are you laughing, Colby?
No, because I said I think his family died. That's just retarded. There's his mum.
Oh.
This is Dylan Dennis's mum. There she is with Conor McGregor. Minutes before he penetrated. Used his penetration step. There's Dylan again. Dildo, as known by the public.
Right.
So, yeah, Dylan Dennis's mum. Interesting. I don't really know what she did, what she does. I heard that she was maybe a stripper, but I think that could have just been like Logan Paul saying something about him.
Right.
Talking some shit. Apparently he's coming back. Apparently he's going to fight.
He's on the verge of signing with the UFC.
Apparently.
The only source so far is him, though. And he's an honest guy.
I don't think they'll ever sign Dylan Dennis. I think he might fight in boxing again against like Tyron Woodley.
His boxing was horrible.
Mm-hmm.
Tyron Woodley would piece him up.
You'd think. But Tyron Woodley also is allergic to throwing a punch. You know? Sorry, I'll take this off the screen for you loyal listeners. But apparently he's thinking about a comeback. I don't really care at all. I don't think anyone does.
No.
So we'll see what happens there. There was something else that happened.
Alex Periera wanting to turn around from UFC 300 to UFC 301.
So this is kind of old news, but it's becoming more potent as we get closer to 300.
It's becoming more potent.
Potent. It's a good one.
Thanks,
well done,
man.
creative. So yeah, apparently Poatan, if he wins and he has no issues after 300, he would like to turn around and fight Ankalaev at UFC 301 in Brazil as the main event.
God damn.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy, isn't it?
That is very
that
crazy.
actually happens. That's got to be one of the craziest storylines in UFC history, first of all. So fair play to Alex there. Yeah.
I would then give him the go-ahead to do whatever he wants after that.
Yeah, after that, it's up to him.
Yep. I mean, I know it's only 2 title defenses at that point if he beats Jamahal. And then Ankalaev. What's his first name again?
Magomed.
Jamahal and Magomed. And then he can go ahead and do whatever he wants.
Yeah, honestly, think about how much he's done for the UFC at that point. He would have headlined, 4 cards? 5?
Quite
6?
a bit.
Yeah.
Quite a few. I don't know how many, but yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah, it is a lot. He's done bits, and
And it's only in like 2.5 years.
Yeah, no, it's pretty bad.
How long since Poatan was signed to the UFC? Not that long ago. I'm telling you that. I think it is about 2.5 years. September 3rd, 2021. Yep, pretty much bang on 2.5 years.
Yeah.
Someone who doesn't do their research.
Think about how much he's done in that short time frame.
Yeah.
Pretty impressive. And if he can turn around and do that, no one else has done 2 pay-per-view headlines in a row. That's pretty awesome. I think he could just retire at that point. Go train with Izzy.
No, I want to see him go to heavyweight. I want to see it.
Yeah, I do want to see that too. He's getting on a bit though, you know?
Oh, doesn't matter. It's like the other thing too is it's not like he's one of these dudes with a unbeaten record either. Like he's what, fucking 9-2?
It's insane that that's his record.
One of his first fights was a loss, wasn't it? In MMA.
I think so. I think his second fight, yeah.
Yeah, because he came to the UFC with a loss on his record already.
He did get knocked out by little TJ in sparring.
Yeah, I saw that. That was funny. I like how he does do a bit of acting. Oh, his first fight was a loss.
First fight was a loss. Then he was undefeated until the.
That changes everything. What a bum.
What a bum. Anyone who loses their first fight.
Yeah, you're a bum.
It's a bum.
But look at that. Look at that. Since he fought Bruno Silva, since then, he has fought all UFC champions.
Yeah.
I mean, I know Sean wasn't a UFC champion at that point, but he showed afterwards
went on to be.
that he is championship material, and he did.
Great, and went on to have a great championship reign.
That's right. Of a few months. And then he beat Izzy, and then he lost to Izzy, and then he went up and fought Jan, who has been on the fringes of a belt for, well, since he lost it, really.
Decades. Yeah.
And then sparked out Yuri Prohaska, made it look fairly easy.
Patience.
Yeah. Just waiting in the wings and
No, absolutely.
turned his lights off.
Turned them off.
And turned me on.
Turned me hard. Got me rock hard.
Yeah.
There's another thing that I wanted to bring up.
What's that, Kobe?
Ian Garry and Colby Covington have been talking
God.
a bit of shit. The cringiest two fighters in the UFC. Colby attempting to be cringy, tries to be cringy. He knows what he's doing.
I wanna
Gary
see that
is
fight.
just cringy, naturally.
I do want to see that fight.
So do I. That would be one of the biggest fights this year, probably, if that happened. They
The
could
thing
headline
is-
a pay-per-view.
I liked Ian Garry, and I thought his striking was top notch until that Jeff Neal fight. And then
You liked him before that.
No, I did. No, I like watching him fight. Yeah. I also feel quite sorry for him, to be honest. I also think that he's digging himself a bit of a hole, and he thinks he's doing it from a righteous position. And
He's misguided.
he is very misguided. He doesn't understand the fact that he is the reason he's got here to this point where he is a bit of a
Cock.
a bit of a dickwad.
Yeah.
Just needs to own up to that, to take responsibility for that. Do you know what I mean? Like, but what I was saying, I feel sorry for the guy. Like, he's now training out of Brazil for the last wee while, and I think that is probably just to escape his normal life and just try and get away from it all. His Instagram comments are still turned off.
His wife's.
His wife is still turned off.
By him, not by her nutritionist.
Not by the nutritionist that they've probably taken to Brazil with them. Look,
I
Ian
feel bad
Garry-
for him too, a little bit.
yeah,
But I also hate him.
yeah. I'm not a fan of the guy. I'm just saying
He is a cunt.
I would hate to be in that position.
Oh yeah, it wouldn't be fun. So, because that's the thing, Colby tries to be the heel. He wants to be the heel. He wants everyone to hate him. Gary wants everyone to love him, but everyone just hates him so much. Like Colby got to the point where people actually started to kind of like him because they were like, "Oh, I see what you're doing. It's kind of funny."
Until he said that thing about Leon's dad.
And then the Leon performance as well was like it put people off. But Gary wants to be Conor McGregor, but no one likes it.
No. Make
Wait, what
MMA
was
great
it?
again.
Conor
hats.
McGregor.
Conor McGregor. That's right. Yeah, that was gold.
Conor McGregor. That is probably the best nickname that that Colby's ever come up with.
Yeah,
It's got to be.
I think so. It's so fucking
Conor
good.
McGregor.
I watched that as you were getting ready just before.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But what was I going to say? Yeah, but that performance against Jeff Neal really
Yeah.
put questions in my mind about how good Ian Garry actually is.
Yeah.
Jeff Neal is someone who, sure, he deserves to be in the top 15, but never really anything more than that. I don't think we're going to see any significantly big wins for him in the remainder of his career. And Ian Garry didn't make that look all that easy. And if you're someone who talks the way that he does, in the way of, I'm going to be a champ, I'm going to be a double champ, I'm going to be a massive name in the sport, you would want to go out there and make mincemeat of someone like Jeff Neal.
Exactly. Think about Conor McGregor on his way up. He finished everyone in his path apart from Max Holloway. But who finishes Max Holloway?
Nobody.
No one.
Dustin Poirier.
He didn't.
He did.
Oh, he did by submission. Sorry, yeah, true. But Conor also tore his ACL in that fight.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. He did finish Dustin Poirier the fight after that, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dustin's a pea head.
Yeah, no, I agree. Look,
you know what I mean? Like
Ian needs to be doing more. What was his fight before that? Who was that against? Magny?
Yes.
Did he finish Magny?
No, he did dominate him. Like, he did.
He needs to be knocking people out, though.
I know. And the thing is, if he does keep winning, if he'd say he beat Colby and then he beat fucking Shavkat and then he wins the belt, everyone still absolutely despises him. He's the biggest star in the combat sports in general because people are just going to tune in to like watch him lose.
Yeah.
He's got that in the palm of his hands. If he can just keep winning, you know.
Shall we have a look at the welterweight division?
Walter White.
Kobe Braddock. Walter White division. Right. So, Shavkat number 3, Ian Machado number 7, Colby Covington number 4. Who else is Colby going to fight? I mean, what I can see is Jack fighting Shavkat, Della Maddalena.
I hope that happens.
Yeah, that would be a title eliminator, obviously. Ian versus Colby just makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Ian versus Gilbert Burns. Gilbert Burns gets that done every day of the week.
You think so?
Yeah.
Ian Gaza.
Yep.
And Gilbert's in his corner as well, so
true.
I doubt that will happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be Colby. It's just it's right there on a silver platter. The two most hated fighters in the UFC.
But Colby's asking for, and I don't think Colby's going to back down from those demands he's making. It's not like he's scared of taking 2 years off the sport. Do you know what I mean? It's not like we haven't seen him do it, like literally just yesterday. Like just before he fought Leon Edwards, he hadn't fought since Masvidal.
Yeah.
And before that, it was his loss to Usman, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So like he didn't exactly earn another title shot. It was just him being
Loud.
Colby.
Yeah.
Being loud.
And I think he weighed in his backup for Usman versus Edwards too.
Right.
So that kind of put him ahead, you know, in a way.
Yeah, deservingly put him ahead of, what's that guy's name that has been fighting his way to the top and still hasn't been given a title shot?
I don't know. Move on. So yeah, it's got to happen. Look, Colby versus Ian, it's got to happen.
When's Bilal versus Edwards going to happen?
Never.
Never.
Chuck it on a fight night. Chuck it on this fight night.
Aren't they going to the UK soon?
They are. They're going to London mid-year, I think. Around mid-year. I think it's a fight night, though. I don't think it's a... They could make it a pay-per-view. For sure, they could. And maybe they will.
Michael Page should be fighting on that.
Yeah. Edwards, Bilal, Michael Page. Paddy Pimblett.
Who did you and Ash match Michael Page up against?
Oh, Wonderboy.
Yeah. I was going to just talk about that. I think that fight would be awesome.
That would be a banger. You chuck him against Wonderboy, it'll probably end up being boring.
Boring?
Yes.
It'll
be a point fight. They'll struggle against each other. Like, people expect two high-level strikers to go out there and have a war, but what you really get is Till versus Wonderboy.
What about Wonderboy versus Holland?
They're not two high-level strikers.
Holland's a pretty decent striker.
He's a good striker, but we saw what happened against MVP, didn't we?
Yeah.
He got absolutely outclassed.
But he didn't get outclassed by Thompson.
He did.
Well,
he got pretty demolished towards the end.
Towards the end, yeah. But that was a close fight. Holland had him in some rough places in the first couple of rounds.
But Thompson's a very slow starter. All I'm saying is two very technical fighters. Holland is not a technical striker. He's a brawler with very powerful hands that catches people on the outside of his punches. It's not like... What?
I just think that fight would be a lot of fun. Michael Page,
yeah,
Stephen
we'll
Thompson.
see what happens. It will happen, and we'll see what happens.
I guess we will see what happens.